I remember I was in a conversation with a friend once, and just as we were about to finish the conversation, she talked about a particular industry. And I said, well, I don't want to talk about that because I ran a business in it that failed. And she said, so why didn't you talk about it? Why don't you want to talk about it? I said, well, because the business failed. She said to me, you know what? Funders will rather give money to somebody who has failed in a business and has learnt lessons than another person who is always sitting on the fence and never started a business. Well, I was surprised. I was surprised. But thinking about it, it makes sense. So, having a track record is very important. So I'm going to give you the 4 areas that funders generally look for when they're thinking about, oh, do you have a good track record? Number 1 is a track record from failed businesses because you've learned the lessons. Okay, if you set up a business and it didn't work out and it failed, you bombed, you lost money. As long as you've learned lessons from it, you could talk about it and it will be seen as a track record. The second area that funders look for when they talk about track records is that they're looking for experience that you have running similar businesses or in the same industry. So if you've run businesses that are similar, either in its marketing opportunities or its sales opportunities, then that's a good track record. Another track record they look for is a track record that comes from the team. So if you have a team of people with you and have run the same business somewhere else, maybe in another country, another region, another area, then it's a good track record. And finally, another good track record that they look for is years of working within that industry. So even if you've had a job in that industry and you've not actually worked in that industry, it is still seen as a track record. So, let's not forget that track records are those elements of your life that can swing the funders, that can help you actually get the funding that you want, because they are important parts that show you have good experience, capable experience, and that helps your funding efforts. So let me recap on what I've said. The 4 areas of interest when it comes to track record is businesses you've run that have failed, experience of running same businesses or similar businesses, similar types of businesses, teams, your team and their experience, and also years of actually working within that industry. So there are two other things to remember. Remember the lessons you've learned from businesses, particularly the ones that failed, and present them well. And also remember your successes. Okay? And I'll speak to you soon.